Good morning, students. Now, in this lecture, we are going to talk about the last algorithm of graph theory, which is Dijkstra's algorithm. The Dijkstra's algorithm, as you can see on your screen, is basically a shortest path algorithm. Basically, it is a distance finding algorithm. When we talk about graphs, you all have seen graph made it's a combination of the vertices and the edges, and the purpose of the Dijkstra's algorithm is to find the distance between any given node, which is considered as the source, and the any given node that is known as a destination, that is u and v. U is the source node and v is the destination node. This algorithm, it is also known as a single source shortest path problem. It computes the length of the shortest path from the source to each of the remaining vertices in the graph. Basically, the Dijkstra's algorithm is based on BFS algorithm, that is breadth first search algorithm. So you can describe the single source shortest path problem as, let's say, G. Capital G, you can see on your screen, it is a set of V and E. We always say graph is a set of vertices and edges. B, directed weighted graph with V having capital V having a set of vertices. The special vertex S in V, where S is the source and let for any edge small e in capital E. Capital E is the set of edges that are there in a given graph. H cost E, that is the distance, the value, numerical value that is mentioned on the edge is known as the H cost B, the length of the edge E. All the weights in the graph should be non-negative. Obviously, there cannot be a negative distance. That is a but obvious thing. Now, before going in depth about Dijkstra's algorithm, this text says, let's talk in detail about directed weighted graph. What are directed weighted graph? We all know this graph is a directed graph. It is not weighted. Directed weighted graph may it is looks like something like this on your screen. Now in this directed weighted graph, you can see the vertices. There are 6 vertices on your screen as present: A, B, C, D, and E, and F. A, B, C, D, E, and F. And the numbers that are mentioned on the arrowheads, these arrowheads are the directions which tell you about the adjacency of a given vertex from and to. Let's say, for example, A is adjacent to B. A is the source node and B is the destination node. So, in a simple English, we are going to read it out as A adjacent to B. And the cost of the edge A to B is 12, as mentioned in your given figure. A is also adjacent to E, and the cost of that edge is mentioned on the figure is 87. So the given example that is there at present on your screen is an example of directed weighted graph. Next, you can see on your screen, it is mentioned Dijkstra's is a greedy algorithm. Greedy algorithm use problem solving methods based on actions to see if there is a better long-term strategy. Dijkstra's algorithm uses the greedy approach to solve the single source shortest problem. Why do we call it as greedy? Greedy से मतलब है like if I have multiple options, विच ऑप्शंस लेट्स से अगर आपको भूख लगी है और हम आपको खाने को दें तो एक तरफ सिंपल खाना है और एक तरफ फास्ट फूड है. ऑब्वियसली बीइंग चिल्ड्रन, बीइंग किड्स, बीइंग टीनेजर्स, वी हैव मोर इंक्लिनेशन टुवर्ड्स like let's say fast foods. If there are sweets, so some having sweet tooth will have more inclination towards sweets. So we as a human psychology, we are more greedy. If we have options before us, we try to choose the options which suits to our need and our likes and dislikes. So same as the case with Dijkstra's algorithm. If in case in a given example I say A is adjacent to B and A is adjacent to E. Okay, now I have to travel to the destination, let's say F. Which path will you follow? अगर हमें A is a source node and F is a destination node, हमें A से F तक आना है, हमारा पाथ क्या होगा? लेट्स से अगर हम A से B पर जाते हैं, B से C पर आते हैं और C से F पर आते हैं, अगर इस टोटल डिस्टेंस का कॉस्ट निकालिए तो इट कम्स आउट टू बी 12 plus 11, दैट कम्स आउट टू बी 23, and 23 plus 35 makes up 58. 58 would be the total distance and number of vertices covered would be A, B, C and F. And if I take about the distance from A to E to F, where I am covering only one city, let's say E, one vertex has been covered. But if I calculate the distance between A to F and then E to F, the distance comes out to be, let's say 87 plus 17, 7, 7, 14, 1 carry 4, and 8 plus 1, 9, and 1, 10, 104. So A to E to F is the distance is 104, and here the total distance was 58. So obviously 58. Why the hell we are going to take a longer route? Definitely not. So you can understand with Dicastra's algorithm, the major application of Dicastra's algorithm is in the case of route planning. जब भी कोई एविएशन इंडस्ट्री में रूट प्लान किया जाता है या रेलवे इंडस्ट्री में, when some railway route is being finalized, obviously to save the fuel energy we try to take a shortest path. आप लोग भी अपने colleges को आते हो, to you live at various places and your destination is Modern Girls College at Viramkhand 5, Gomti Nagar. So which route do you follow? Obviously the route that takes lesser distance and which in which you cover lesser time, take lesser time to cover that distance. Obviously you not only save in your time, you also save in the fuel and you also save in the cost of transportation. So this Dicastra's algorithm का major application होता है in route planning industry. A. B. When there is any house or building or offices which are under construction, और जब उसमें plumbing का काम होता है या let's say electricity wiring का काम होता है, तो एक अच्छे इलेक्ट्रीशियन या एक अच्छे प्लम्बर की पहचान होती है कि वो कितना कम से कम इन्वेंट्री यूज़ करते हुए अपने क्लाइंट के नीड्स को सेटिस्फाई करे. You always try to lay out a plan in such a manner that wherein you save in the length of pipes used in plumbing, or let's say they save in the length of wires used in electrifying the circuit in a given house or a building. So wherever there is a networking, you make use of shortest path algorithm, and the shortest path algorithm is nothing but Dicastra's algorithm that we are discussing in this lecture. So this was all about the applications of Dicastra's algorithm. Now we'll try to understand this Dicastra's algorithm through an example. Let's say we have a graph like this, A, B, C, D and E. ये जो last में है A, B, C and D vertices are quite readable. जो last में एक vertex आपको दिख रही है at the peak of that pentagon, that is vertex E. And the numbers you are numbered 1, 4 and 2 are quite clear in the picture. The other two numbers, that B to E and D to E का जो distance है, that is 3. Now this is a directed weighted graph, as you can see. Now in this directed weighted graph, if suppose my source node is A and I'm trying to reach to the node E, which is my destination node, which path am I going to follow? And let's say if I want to go for breadth first search, this algorithm is also used there. So in this I have to make a spanning tree kind of a structure from this graph, so that we are able to cover all the nodes, and at the same time we have to minimize the cost also, right? Cost in terms of weights of edges. So we start with, this algorithm says you start with initial step, distance of A and B. Initially the distance of A is 0, that is my source node, and I consider B, C, D, E at infinite distance. So infinity is the symbol that is used. You can see the nodes not processed yet. Step 1, this is my initial step. Step 1 may, what we see? We try to see how many nodes are adjacent to A. In the given graph I can say A is adjacent to B and A is adjacent to C. No other vertex is adjacent to A. So in that case what I'm going to do is A की adjacency निकाली 4 और A is adjacent to C with distance 1. Which one will you choose? Obviously the C. The edge C would be chosen because it is 1 is lesser than 4. So in my tree I'll include path from A to C. Now once C is there with me, next step I've included this vertex C. Now I'm trying to figure out how many other vertices are adjacent to C and A. A is adjacent to B and C is adjacent to B and D. Now if you want to see, you calculate the distance of B from A, that is 4, and distance of B via C, that is A to C and C to B, that is 1 plus 2, that comes out to be 3. 3 is a shorter distance to be covered वाया सी. अगर ए से बी तक जाना है तो अगर सी से होते हुए आप जाएंगे तो आप 3 सेंटीमीटर या 3 यूनिट्स का डिस्टेंस कवर कर रहे हैं, जबकि आप ए से डायरेक्टली बी पर जा रहे हैं तो आपको 4 यूनिट्स कवर करने पड़ रहे हैं, तो विच इज़ अ लॉन्गर डिस्टेंस. ऑब्वियसली आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू इंक्लूड दैट एज, सो आई एम इंक्लूडिंग ए, सी एंड बी, राइट. So one thing is done, and the distance of D is 2, that comes out in my graph. Next stage that I am going to talk about is B and D. B is adjacent to E and B the edge vertex that is adjacent to B is E, set E is there. And the distance of E, अब E का distance दो तरह से आ रहा है. एक आ रहा है ACBE, that is the total distance. 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6. And the other distance of E which is coming to us is via D. So that is also 6. You can see here, because 1 plus 2, that is 3. A to B, D, and D to E is also 3, so which is 6. So I have an option. I can choose any of the variant. I can choose a path A, C, D and E, or I can also choose a path from A, C, B and E. Both of them incurring the same distance. So the kind of a tree, after completion of Dikstra's algorithm, we get this kind of a minimum spanning tree, you can see, as a result. So A, C, B, E से भी आप 6 units का distance cover कर रहे हैं, और अगर आप A से D आ रहे हैं तो that is the shortest distance that you can cover. Or if you don't want to include the edge B to E, you can include the edge D to E, that also incurs the same distance. A, C, D, E, that is 6 units. So this is the end result of Dikstra's algorithm, and as far as the application of Dikstra's algorithm is concerned, I've already talked about it. I repeat, Dikstra's algorithm finds its application in route planning. Let's say aviation industry, the railway industry, where new railway lines, tracks have to be laid out between certain cities, or network of wires, or networking in computer labs or in offices, or electrification of the building, or the plumbing exercises. That's all for today. For any queries, you may call back or text me back. Thank you.